Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We'll start when a few people get in here.
Also, I'm going to say this here on camera because it's important. One of Cash Patel's staff threatened my staff with a criminal investigation if we didn't straighten up and play ball. I was going to ask you about that, but since you brought it up, and I didn't bring it up. Okay, you brought it up. And so, like a criminal investigation having nothing to do, he said it was going to be a fraud. We're going to investigate one of your staff for fraud. And he told another one of my staff this. If you guys don't straighten up, if you want to play hardball, this time you want to play it or something like that, this member of your staff is going to get criminally investigated for fraud. Also, I'm going to say this here on camera.
If you don't stop with this Epstein stuff, we gonna come after y'all. They are straight up mobsters. You only see good stuff like that in Goodfellas. It's very crazy. It's actually unacceptable. Very, very unacceptable, guys. I got a lot of new stuff, a lot of new news coming out. Before I get to what it says in the headlines, I want to give you the latest update. What's going on? We're about to go to war with Venezuela. Trump told Venezuela, do not fly any airplanes out of there because they might be taken out. Okay. We know we're getting ready to go to a war with Venezuela. But I'm going to get to Trump was actually an FBI informant in the Epstein case. Even Speaker Mike Johnson admitted it, that Trump was an FBI informant. Epstein thought Trump was the one who told on him. We're going to listen to the little footage, and then we'll have a conversation about it.
And if these United States, he's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable.
Let me turn it up a little bit. Let me get a couple of notches on it so you can hear it a little bit better. Come on now. Okay, that should be it.
And if these United States, he's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to protect
He called himself, you hear him, He said Trump was an FBI informant.
down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who suffered this unspeakable harm. Did you just say the president's an FBI snitch?
Yes, he did. Okay, we're going to get to another video. That's one person who said it. We'll get to another person who admitted it. Who was there?
Conversations. Did you get a chance to talk to him?
Okay, let me see. And when they say talk to him, they mean Epstein.
at Epstein's house in Palm Beach. That is to say, a string, a host, a never-ending line of younger women coming into his house. So that was exact. So Trump very precisely knew what was going on there. I've also discussed
Okay,
that
I need to go back a little bit.
Trump went around his back.
Okay, here we go.
He brought his friend Trump to look at the house and advise him on moving the swimming pool. Trump went around his back and overbid him and got the house. Epstein believed at that time that Trump didn't have the money to do this, and he started to make noise that Trump was fronting for someone, in fact, a Russian oligarch. He believed then that in retribution, Trump went to the police, informed the police about what was going on at Epstein's house.
See, you see what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm saying. Now, my thing is, why would Trump go snitch on Epstein like that? Not over a house. It's because Trump knew Epstein was a very, very powerful man, and he was going to do something to Trump by going behind his back. So Trump went to the FBI over these cases. I'm gonna play about them. I'm gonna give you the cases because a lot of people don't know about these cases. This is what Trump feared that Epstein was gonna do. I'm gonna play it for you. It's terrible. It is terrible.
That come forward and talk about the disgusting.
Okay, here we go. The president is a nasty person.
The reason that Cash Patel is still back there sweating his ass off is because they don't have to just get it from them. There's more information than what the Department of Justice has that they're covering up.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I actually went through the files this weekend in depth. Donald Trump is not only named over and over in them, it is discussed this trial in which he was accused of raping a 13-year-old at Epstein's house. There is extensive discussions about a subpoena of Donald Trump in one of Jeffrey Epstein's cases in which he was accused for rape and sexual abuse. He was subpoenaed and gave a deposition in that case. There is extensive discussion between Donald Trump, Ghislaine Maxwell, and
so he knows who. He acts like he don't know who Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell is. The one who he transferred out of the prison to a cushy place. These people are, they're the same. So you just heard Donald Trump and Epstein was in court over a 13-year-old girl. They had a deposition and everything. They had to be, you see that? You heard that? Now the reason, like I explained to everybody, the reason why it's not in the public eye like that, there's a very specific reason. Because what billionaires and rich people do is this. They would have paid that young girl's parents off and made them sign an NDA disclosure agreement. That's why you don't hear about it. You know who else he made do that? Stormy Daniels. He paid Stormy off and made her sign an NDA, but she just came out and broke it. You know, when he was running for president. Donald Trump has paid off plenty of women, plenty of young girls. I'm 51 years old. I've heard at least 20 to 25 times that Donald Trump has supposedly did some stuff with somebody, even grown women. But when he say I'll walk up and just grab him by the, that's exactly who he is. Just listen to this. A 13-year-old, 13.
Just get it from them. There's more information than what the Department of Justice has that they're covering up.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I actually went through the files this weekend in depth. Donald Trump is not only named over and over in them, it is discussed this trial in which he was accused of raping a 13-year-old at Epstein's house. There is extensive discussions about a subpoena of Donald Trump in one of Jeffrey Epstein's cases in which he was accused for rape and sexual abuse. He was subpoenaed and gave a deposition in that case.
Donald Trump he is who we thought he was. I don't use the R word. I use the grape, like a grape jelly. I say the word grape because YouTube is funny with certain type of words. But yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I know it was all, no matter where you live at, I know you heard about it. About the 6 Democratic lawmakers that was telling, they did a video about don't follow any unlawful orders. Come to find out, that video was for a reason. I knew it was unlawful anyway, what they was doing. These 6 senators or Congress people, they're in the intelligence agencies. They're in the intelligence committee, excuse me. So they see like top secret things that a lot of the other committees don't get to see. They was looking at those strikes with those boats that Trump has been, booming lately. Come to find out, the first strike didn't delete everybody off that boat. Some of them flew in the water. 2 people flew in the water. They swam back and was holding on to the debris. Pete Hegseth ordered them to delete the last 2 remaining survivors. Now, in the military code of conduct, can't do that. It's against the law. Pete Hegseth has broken the law. He should be court-martialed when he leaves office. And the thing about this, I don't even think he's leaving office. Good Jesus. Pete Hegseth is not leaving. Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth is not leaving office. If they are deleting people on the open seas with no evidence, if you say they're bringing fentanyl, the D word to the American shores, you have not one package of that stuff that came off them boats. You have not questioned one person off one of those boats. You're just deleting everything. It is what it is.
Keep watching if you.
No, keep watching.
It's murder. It's premeditated murder.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Here's the denial.
Yeah, that's what it is. Now, I was explaining to the chat of how did Donald Trump become a FBI informant, because I just played that video with him and Epstein was accused of a 13-year-old. They both was charged for that same 13-year-old. I just played the video. I played the sound from it. They were both charged. This is new released from the Epstein estate. It's not the Epstein files, because the DOJ has that. These are documents from the Epstein estate that's been released, text message and emails from 90s to the 2000s. So, if Donald Trump and Epstein was in court over this 13-year-old girl, why haven't we heard about it? Because they paid them off. They paid the parents off and made them sign a non-disclosure agreement. And another thing about being an FBI informant, you just don't walk up to the FBI field office and say, "Hey, I want to be an FBI informant." It don't work like that. The FBI has something on you. You've committed a crime, but they need you to. What the hell was that? They need you to flip. Yeah, you committed a crime, but they need you to flip. So they got Donald Trump Epsteining with Epstein, and that was enough for them to say, "Hey, you know what? We're going to charge you for this Epstein stuff if you don't tell us what you know." And Trump told, "Hey, he's been having, this is what he do, this is where it's happening at." All of it. He told everything. Even Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, even said Trump was an FBI informant. And he's straight up MAGA. He even said it. I'm going to play you the clip from Mike Johnson. He even said it.
And these United States, He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this.
You hear him say, you hear him say, try to, he called himself. He called himself right there. He was FBI. Listen again.
President of these United States. He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who suffered this unspeakable harm.
He said the president is an FBI informant. Speaker of the House said it. Now, this is Michael Wolff. You know, he interviewed Epstein over 400 times. This is what Michael Wolff says Epstein told him about Trump and going to the police and snitching on him too. Listen to this.
Conversations. Did you get a chance to talk to him about whether Trump was aware of Epstein's crimes?
Yes, as a matter of fact, their relationship ended in 2004, and it ended because in a dispute over real estate. There was a house in Palm Beach that Epstein thought was the top bidder on. He brought his friend Trump to look at the house and advise him on moving the swimming pool. Trump went around his back and overbid him and got the house. Epstein believed at that time that Trump didn't have the money to do this, and he started to make noise that Trump was fronting for someone, in fact, a Russian oligarch. He believed then that in retribution, Trump went to the police, informed the police about what was going on at Epstein's house in Palm Beach. That is to say, a string.
You hear that? So that's number two. The second person that says Trump went to the FBI. The second person that said that. One of them was the Speaker of the House. So Trump is a FBI. He was an FBI informant on the Epstein file. That's another reason why he don't want to release those files, because he's going to prove that he was an FBI informant. And everybody knows when you're an FBI informant, they got something on you. They definitely have something on you. Like I said before, you don't walk up to the FBI field office and say, I want to be an informant. It don't work like that. They have something on you and they flip you and make you turn on everybody else. So what did they have on Trump to make him flip to turn on everybody else? Because that's how it works. And then you have Kash Patel, the FBI director, have his people call Thomas Massie, which is a senator, not a senator, but a congressperson, over the FBI files. Thomas Massie signed a discharge petition to release the files. Kash Patel is now threatening that lawmaker to play ball, or we're going to start prosecuting the people who work in your office for crimes that they didn't even commit. Listen what he says. This is Thomas Massie. Like, I need this on tape to tell you what they're doing to me.
Also, I'm going to say this here on camera because it's important. One of Kash Patel's staff threatened my staff with a criminal investigation if we didn't straighten up and play ball.
I was going to ask you about that, but since you brought it up, and I didn't
I'm bringing it up.
Okay, you brought it up.
And so, like a criminal investigation having nothing to do, he said it was going to be a fraud. We're going to investigate one of your staff for fraud. Right. And he told another one of my staff this. If you guys don't straighten up, if you want to play hardball, if this is how you want to play it or something like that, this member of your staff is going to get criminally investigated for fraud. Also, I'm going to say this here on camera because it's important.
I gotta stop it. But did you hear that the FBI is threatening a congressperson to play ball and stop doing what you're doing over this Epstein stuff? Well, we're gonna start charging people for no crime, for what no legitimate crime. We're just gonna make your life a living hell because you're not playing ball. You're not doing what the president wants you to do. These people are spineless. Spineless. And my thing about this treasonous act by Pete Hegseth, he actually knows he broke the law when he struck those votes. He knows that. And he knows he can be court-martialed after Donald Trump leave office. My thing about it is this. Donald Trump can pardon him for his crimes, right? But that doesn't, you can't, Donald Trump can't pardon I don't think it's possible that he can pardon a military member, because it's just like, if you get if a service member was driving down the street and he gets a DWI, he would have to face charges wherever he got that DWI. But when he also goes back to where he's stationed at, he would also be criminally charged, militarily charged too. He would get charged twice, one by wherever he's got the DWI and also by the military. So Pete Hegseth can be pardoned, but he'll still have to deal with the military tribunal. And he knows that. My thing is, I don't think they leaving. If he knows he can get put in jail for the rest of his life by what he's doing, these illegal acts, deleting people on these boats, because it is illegal. And we can call it the M word. It's actually the M word. Now, if he's doing that, and he's breaking the law, I don't think these people are leaving. The same reason. Okay, Trump is a person that doesn't do anything except for him. So if that's the case, why would he build a huge, gigantic ballroom? It's going to be ready in 2029, I think, if you're never going to use it. So you're building a ballroom that you practically will never use, because the election is in 2028. The ballroom won't be done until 2029, so you'll never get to use what you're building. That doesn't sound like Trump. He's building it because he's staying there. He tore down a piece of history without asking anybody, like it's his own house. Did you see what he did to the East Wing? Tore it down like it was his own property. And when you start tearing down the people's house, so many historical figures that stayed in that place. And then when you tear it down, just like, nah, I can do whatever I want, then we got a problem. You know who else built the ballroom? He's German, and his first first letter of his name started with H. He also built the ballroom. The German guy from the 40s. You know, Trump is actually German. Yeah, they came from like over there by Austria. You know, like Austria and Germany was like the same thing back then. But Trump is a German. His heritage is from Germany. They changed their name to Trump. It was like Train. It was some crazy. You can look it up. But it sounded like Trump, but it wasn't Trump. But they changed it when they got to New York. Trump's grandfather was like a pimp type dude, even in the 1800s. His name was Friedrich. Friedrich went to the Klondike in Alaska, where the gold rush was in the 1800s. He built the brothel, for the women of the night. He had the gold miners, when they wanted a woman of the night, he get paid in gold. So he took that, the money he made, and took that back to New York and started getting property and building houses. That's how Trump and his family became that real estate tycoon. It started from the brothel, and the money came from that, pimping women. Yeah. And you see how the president loves women? It runs in his family. Runs in his family. Do you also know the president's father in the 1920s was caught at the Triple K rally? I'll put it like that. You know, the Triple K? Trump's father was arrested at a Triple K rally in the 1920s. Yeah. These people are Trump. Trump has a if you ask, you listen to his niece Mary Trump, and it was a question asked to her: Is Trump a racist? She said flat out yes. She said, "Have you ever heard him use the N word?" She said he used to use it all the time when I was little. She said he's definitely a racist. His own family said that. You know what? You'd be like, well, how can he be a racist when he be a, Trump is like this. If you like him and if you're rich, he don't care what color you is. Especially if you're famous. Because Trump likes famous people. Likes to be in that world. So he doesn't care about the color. If you look at how he treats Kim Jong-un, which is a darker skinned person, a little dark, Asian guy, like Erdogan from Turkey, darker Muslim guy. He loves these darker figures because they powerful and got money. Like I don't know if you know who Smokey Robinson is. He's an old singer from the 70s. He, P. Diddy. Trump has been at P. Diddy parties. Not saying he was at the freak offs or anything like that, but he has been to a white party at with P. Diddy, because P. Diddy held the white party at Trump Tower, New York. So he's been there. What darker skinned people? It's just the money. It's the money. But you see, if you don't have money, how he talks about you, now you're eating cats and dogs and stuff like that. Yeah, if you one of them type of dark skinned people, you got to be eating cats and dogs. This is crazy. The President of the United States. And like I say, he's given the order to Pete Hegseth to strike these boats too. So both of them have liability on their hands, but you can't do nothing to the president. They proved that. But Pete Hegseth, y'all ass in a lot of trouble. Most of my family is in the military or served in the military. I wanted to go to the military. I couldn't because I had asthma. But I know everything. I know the code of conduct, and they have violated that. And they violated the Constitution several times. These people they just feel like they can do what they want to do. Whatever they want to do, they can just do it. And if you're across the pond in Europe and you're looking at the actions of the military and the president, there's no way I'd be sharing intelligence with these people. I would cease all intelligence with these people. Because my country can't be complicit to deleting people. I can't say the word M, but I can say delete it. You gotta follow me. Because that's what they're doing, deleting people with no evidence. We have evidence of this, though. We have evidence of 2 survivors that y'all plucked out of the water. And when y'all fixed them up and helped and dressed their wounds, you took them back to Trinidad and Tobago with no charges. So I thought they was trafficking. So why didn't you charge them with anything? Just let them go home with no charges? After you done deleted their boat and their friends? Now we got evidence today of the first strike. Another 2 people survived. They flew in the water, but they didn't, they tried to swim back and they was holding on to the burning wreckage. And the United States, SEAL Team 6, this is what pissed me off. SEAL Team 6 did it. They shot another. Well, they pewed another boom boom down there on them and then deleted them. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You definitely can't do that. It is against the law. Trump don't want, and Trump, the law, anything good is not in him. Anything that's good and pure, there's nowhere that's not Trump. We used to have a saying like the truth ain't in you. The truth is definitely not in with Trump. Definitely with Trump. Let me see what JR doing over here real quick because it might be some stuff flying in. I'm not sure.
Images are starting to surface of U.S. military approaching. This
Yes.
is the presidential palace, right?
Yeah.
I think this would be a target
It would be.
for a strike.
Yeah, it would be.
Because remember, he's cartel. He's cartel. He's head of a
I don't.
terrorist organization.
The claimed
So they're
to be. Claimed to be. I don't get anything. I gotta figure out what I'm playing and what